Alright guys, here we go. Welcome to another recap of The Bachelor. 11 ladies left, and Chris Harrison tells them, pack your bag, kids, we're going to Vegas. It's a road trip. So they end up at the Aria Hotel, a fantastic suite with a beautiful view of Las Vegas. The first date's a one-on-one date, and yeah, it's Chantal, the funeral director. Okay. Let's end tonight with a bang. So then all the ladies were like, ha, does that mean that you guys are going to have sex? Oh wait, does that mean that you guys are going to have sex? This is The Bachelor, not the whore. Alright, so it's a shopping spree at a semi-nice mall. It had some interesting stores there, semi-exclusive. It was a definite Pretty Woman moment. Some of the girls were really jealous when Chantal came back to the suite, and it was kind of weird that the date was kind of interrupted by her coming back to the suite and then getting ready and going out with Brad. I mean, that's not what they usually do. They usually rent like a separate suite for the girl to get ready so that she doesn't have to deal with the vultures, but I guess they tried to stir up a little controversy, but no claws came out. So Brad is super creepy when he busts in and doesn't even knock. Hello, didn't your mother teach you anything? You're walking into a girl's room. Not cool, Brad. And it's another roof date for part 2. Can they think of something else, please? How about a basement date? It's always on the stupid roof. And there's always a roof pool, but not this time. She drops the bomb on him. She says, Brad, I'm an embalmer. Is that okay with you? It wasn't exactly dinner conversation, but she went through in detail how she embalms a body because Brad wanted to know. I would not want to be talking about that while I'm eating. Then all of a sudden, Brad is laughing hysterically at the fact that she has to reconstruct someone's freaking head after they've been in a car accident or something so that they can have an open casket. That was really weird. I'm sorry. The champagne was so uncomfortable that it popped itself. I would have got the hell out of there. I would have been like, check please. Alright, so he's not upset by the fact that she's an embalmer. He gave her the rose and then they enjoyed some fireworks. That was the bang, kids. Oh well, no sex. There's always next week. Alright, so date number 2 was a group date, and it just happened to be, let's go speed dating. Let's go to the Las Vegas Raceway and bring Emily, whose fiance died in a plane crash, but he was a NASCAR car driver. How convenient that Emily's on this date. So, yeah, like I said, Emily's fiance, Ricky Bobby, was a NASCAR driver, and he actually crashed on that very track, and that ended his career as a race car driver, and I guess he became an owner after that. It was very upsetting for her, to say the least. She manages to muster up enough strength, though, to get in the car, and Brad was all chivalrous and was like, excuse me, I need to go check on someone that I care about. At least that's what it says on the cue card over there. Alright, so you know what, Emily? If you're still wearing your fiance's ring, you're not ready to move on. And she was definitely wearing it. So the second part of the date was a pool party. Haha, didn't see that one coming. Alright, so Brad pulls Emily aside for like the 50th time during that date. And Allie starts crabbing. She's like, we all have problems. If I was crying all the time and I had something wrong with me, Brad would spend more time with me. Alright, when he's talking to Emily, he's like, I don't know if I can live up to Ricky Bobby. And she's like, yeah, you probably can't. And she was kind of disappointed that Brad couldn't handle it because, like, of the millions of guys that she's met since Ricky Bobby has passed, none of them were able to fill his shoes. Alright, so Chantal pulled out a dirty word. Excuse me, we never say love on the show until the second to last episode. Not cool. Michelle makes out with him in the creepiest way possible. She totally dominates him in this little secret cabana, but he still gives the rose to Emily. Sorry, Michelle, your plans have been ruined. Alright, so date number 3, come swing with the king. That's the 2 girls, 1 rose, 1 stays, 1 goes. Oh, Chris, I love your poetry. So it's Viva Elvis at Cirque du Soleil and in Vegas. I love Cirque du Soleil shows. They're always fabulous and amazing. So the girls don't know it, yeah, right, that one of them is going to be in the show and one is going to be going. Brad, after dinner, says, guys, I have to follow my heart. And he sends home Ashley S. He keeps the dentist one because I don't really think he likes her, but she was definitely better in the show at the rehearsal than Ashley S. So some creepy guy comes busting into the suite, again does not knock, and, you know, paws over the suitcases and takes Ashley S.'s suitcase away. And everyone's like, as usual. Alright, so how many people noticed Brad's guy liner and his inflated package? He looked like he had a delivery to make. Sorry. Brad is still under the care of a doctor, so he's got to call into his therapist, and he has a little phone conference with him, and he's like, you're gonna get to the deepest place you've ever been. And basically he just tells him, be vulnerable, Brad. Oh, thank you, doctor. Click. Alright, so it's cocktail party time, or as I like to call it, kooktail party time. He tried to make Allie feel special with some champagne and something green because she was wearing a green dress the night that she came on the show. I guess that was special because he remembered what she was wearing. Alright, so Michelle, again, is creepy. Kind of corners Brad and is like, it's time to send some girls home, Brad. Really creepy. Where she told him to be like, shh, now this is what's gonna happen. And he loves kissing her. I don't know why, because it's party over on the spray tan and she's probably old enough to be your mother. Alright, so miraculously, Michelle gets the first rose. Who's picking these roses? I don't think it's Brad. And then Allie, and then Britt. So it's pretty shocking. Not really. He sends home Lisa, and she's pretty broken up about the whole thing. I mean, she could barely talk, which is funny because we like hardly knew her on the show. And Marissa, the same thing. I mean, we hardly got to know her at all, the backstory and all that. She left it all behind to be on the show, and that's why it's particularly painful. Not because she was in love with Brad or anything. So next time they go into Costa Rica, and they're saying it's the most controversial season of The Bachelor yet. Hello, I think the season with Ali Fedotowsky was probably the most controversial because, like, everybody was just there for their career. What has been so controversial this season? I'm not seeing it, guys. I'm sorry. I think you're gonna have to retract. Alright, kids. Till next week, much love.